Welcome back to the Anarchy Analysis series, where today we are going to be covering Rogue and Gam as our matchup of the week here in the World's Group Stage. And you know, we've got a lot to talk about, so let's just load on into this video. But before we get onto the Rift, let's just quickly give some praise to Rogue here. The only team in the world that's from the West making it out of groups. Simply put, we need to discuss their targeting, which was a huge thing of theirs, as well as their drafting to get this win. Firstly, I want to talk about how they've drafted a lot of heavy scaling. Ori plus Callista with the support of a Soraka, and then the Ornn giving ornaments, has such heavy scaling in comparison to the Gigabyte Marines draft, who, while scales, it's not as hard as Rogue. And when we load into the Rift, I've made this special little graphic to go to the side of the screen that tells you whom is focusing whom. That's important to note here. And the reason I say it's important to note is because Rogue's focusing has been perfect throughout the group stage. And it's usually down to the fact that they have a strong front line with Odo picking tanks most of the time, and then Malrang picking up this Jarvan or an engage heavy pick that can lock down a target and then just allow his team to execute. And I'm saying this is important because the execution and engages from Malrang and Trimby have just been superb, and it's what has led to Rogue getting out of groups. So let's just load on to the Rift. 30 minutes in, the gold is even, although Hex Soul is in favor of Rogue. And let's just start off with the Baron. Rogue secure for themselves the big purple worm, which causes an ensuing fight with Gam. Now, Face Call is used to block the Camille trying to hookshot in, and as she is knocked into the air, the Soraka gets placed underneath her, meaning bye-bye GA. That gets essentially wiped from this fight. TK on the other side gobbles up the Varus to avoid the flag and drag combination coming out from Malrang. As he does this, it means that 3 members of Gam clump up, and they're struggling to deal with Odo, and more importantly, it's the 3 big damage dealers, or 2 damage dealers from this Gam lineup, as Victor and Varus are essentially unable to kill an Ornn. This means a Cataclysm from Malrang onto them all ensures that they are staying here, as Rogue turn their attention back to the Camille. She gets popped, she is dead and out. Next is the Graves, who jumped over the wall in an attempt to steal the Baron, but he failed to do so, which put him in a 2v1 against both of Rogue's carries. In comparison to Odo and Malrang, this guy is not that bulky, and he just gets absolutely shredded and deleted off the Rift. Now we're sitting in a 5-3 advantage for Rogue, and with Gam's remaining members trapped in a scuffle, it's time for Rogue to just sweep through the next available target, and all but their top laner for Gam fall. I should point out, this exact fight was the reason for Orianna being banned through the remainder of group's opening week. Now, obviously, this fight is a small showcase of Rogue's team fighting and how they slow down the pace of the game to a scaled up point where they're able to just absolutely destroy you because they outscaled you and just done so much more work. Rogue, I think this year, have just grown considerably in terms of their team fight, and we saw it against Top, managing to just supremely display their talent against them in several fights. But with that all said and done, it's time to end this video here. Thank you very much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new here or if you want to. And we'll see you guys next time, where we will be predicting the quarterfinals. Peace out.